you.
I
saw you sneak over there.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so I have not done crab cakes in my shows, and I'll tell you why. They're usually price prohibitive. They're hard to get. The level of the crab that you want has to be really, really, really high because, you know, there's a big difference between store-bought crab cakes and then the ones like this that are gourmet crab cakes. We call these our minis. You have two choices. You can get 24, you can get 48. These, I love the idea of the minis because crab cakes are not cheap, right? And if you were out trying to make your own crab cakes and you made the big ones and you try to make 4, you're gonna spend 75 or 100 bucks on crab, okay? We are giving you either 24 or 48 of these crab cakes. And I will tell you this, the one I just ate, all crab. It's all crab. There's a little bit of mayonnaise. I'll let Carrie explain all what goes into it, but these are fantastic. And when you think about it, if you want to use them as hors d'oeuvres, you get 24. Each person has 3. That's 8 people that you can serve a crab cake hors d'oeuvres for $119. That's ridiculous. You can also put 3 or 4 of them on a plate with a steak, and you can do surf and turf.
Surf and turf.
I see the ladies are over there. They're going to eat some crab cakes as well. But anyway, Carrie Cohill is here with me.
So excited.
You are frying them up. Now, by the way, you can make these in a variety of ways.
Yes, you can.
Air fry, bake them. I like them sort of pan sauteed. Is the way I like them.
And that's what we're doing here. This is just a little bit of butter and some good olive oil. And all I did is put them on here. I'm about low heat here, and look at this. You're gonna take them right from the freezer, guy.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna let them just sit out for about 30 minutes, pop them in the pan, and you will have a gourmet dinner, gourmet appetizer in minutes.
By the way, here's one right here. I love the size of them. So you get an idea, and then I will open this up and you will see the lump crab that is, look at this. It's all crab. There's very minimal breading inside here. It is mostly crab. You have to have a little bit, otherwise it'll just fall. Then you might as well just eat crab out of the can.
Right.
So you need a little bit so as a binder, but basically it's a mayonnaise binder, some spices, but I love that the crab stands out.
Yes, and I love that you're using the word binder. If you have, this does not have filler. It is just to hold the crab together or it will just fall apart. But this is jumbo lump crab, guy. This is not shredded crab. This is a gourmet. Oh, look at you guys over there. I hope, I can't wait for that. You're going over? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep cooking.
So I'll try not to get in the way. Are you guys still over here? All right, what do you guys think? Right? They're really good. Yeah, and I know I know you ladies have probably had crab cakes before, and I know this guy, you're in New York. See, and you know as well, where does the best crab come from? Right? Chesapeake Bay.
I know where the best crab is, and it's Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah. So Kent Island is the biggest island in Chesapeake Bay, and it's known for its blue crab. And they pick out the best crabs, the best lump out of there, and that's what they put in this crab. And I love that you're opening them up and showing it everybody.
And this is lump, not shredded, guy. If you have had a crab cake, if you're from the Midwest like I am, I thought crab cakes were kind of like hush puppies. Real crab cakes from Maryland are all crab, and this is the best of the best. This is jumbo lump crab, which I want to show you here because this is what is in every Kent Island crab cake. Do you see this? Jumbo lump, real pieces, not shreds of crab. This is gourmet. It doesn't get any better.
You know what? And the work it takes to pull those lumps out of a crab, because there's several areas in a crab where they have what they call the picky meat.
Yes.
All right, and there are people that work very hard to try to strip that out. But the real art form is taking that one. There's 2 pieces of that lump crab in every crab.
Yep.
That's it. Just 2.
That's it. Just 2.
2 of those big nuggets. So that's why you have to understand. That's why these aren't $29, all right? Because it's real lump crab, very hard to get. Has to be harvested by hand, okay? Then it has to be cleaned by hand. There's no machine that can literally take apart and break down a crab. It has to be done by hand. I don't even know how those people do that. I don't have the patience to do it. But they do that, and then they remove that crab, and that's when and then they use it specially to assemble these. But you know, I didn't taste them until today.
I know.
And I was because I said to you, I'm very picky about crab cake. I make crab cakes, so I'm very picky about the type of crab.
And you haven't let him on the show in forever.
No.
Like we are so grateful that you chose us to come on.
I'll make like 5 or 6 crab cakes, okay?
Yep.
To make 5 or 6 crab cakes, you need 2 containers of lump crab.
How much is that?
Lump crab is $40 a container.
I just bought it today, I know.
That's $80 for the lump crab.
Yep.
And I'm only making like 5 or 6 larger ones.
Yes.
So what you're getting a steal on this at $119 to be able to get 24 of these, or then think about it, it's $240 if you double that up. If you double it up here, we give it to you for $199. How nice to be able to have these home. And by the way, they're pretty much, are they already cooked when you get them?
They are already cooked. Actually, I'm so grateful you just brought that up.
Yeah. I'm gonna need another one.
Here's how please, I made these just for you and our tasters. So but you're gonna get, this is what the 24 box looks like. They're gonna come in a Ziploc resealable bag, so you can grab out, Guy, if you want 5 or 6 and place on top of a salad, or if you want to do a huge platter. Imagine this out on the balcony, a crisp glass of wine during the summer. This will come together. You'll put them in the oven at 350 frozen. You don't have to thaw them. Place a little bit of just a little mayonnaise on top. That's how you'll get the brown. 15 to 17 minutes. Perfect. You will have a gourmet appetizer your friends, your family, your spouse will love.
And think about it. You know, if you, we never did, when I was catering in the restaurant business, you know, we had an upstairs room. We could fit about 70 people up there. We had crab cakes on, but nobody ever ordered it because it was so expensive for us to do. Because the guy that ran our restaurant was very picky about everything. So he's like, hey, if you want crab, you're going to pay for it.
Yep.
You're getting a really good deal. And remember, it is the real deal. Just like with Gerard's Bagels, right?
Yes.
Or anything else that we have in the show. We try to find the areas that have the best, which sometimes is a little more expensive. But I'm one of those people, I don't give a crap about that. I want flavor. And I want the real deal. So if you've never had a real deal, Maryland crab, Chesapeake Bay, blue crab cake with lump.
Yes, jumbo lump. With jumbo lump. So I want to show you how they come. These are frozen. We grabbed these right out of the package before we came out on air. And here's what you'll do. You'll just take out as many as you want. I grabbed 4 here. This is just, it's just a little bit of mayonnaise.
Let me give everybody a quick thing though. Now the crab is already cooked.
Yes.
All right, and the mayonnaise is a product that's already, it's added to it. So they're not raw, but they do need to be heated and they need to be browned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you'll just take a little bit of mayonnaise, dab it on the top, and then just pop it in either your oven or your air fryer. I recommend too, Guy, if you use the air fryer, do it on the oven setting, not the air fryer setting.
Okay.
So you'll keep them just absolutely perfectly moist. They'll cook up in 15 to 17 minutes. And can I also share with you, besides that this is a premium product, Guy, they're making them right now. They are, Ken Island is making these crab cakes for you as we speak.
Well,
that's how fresh they are.
Crab, like most shellfish, doesn't last very long, okay? And in fact, if you get our stone crabs here in Florida, they literally have to be cooked on the dock.
Yep.
They can't even handle the trip to be cooked somewhere else. They have to be cooked right where they're harvested. Crab is very similar, right? It is very, very sweet.
Yes.
And very flavorful, but it goes quickly. So that's why they're made ahead of time. Everything is cooked. Just have to heat it and brown it. But the flavor, it's unlike anything. And I love that they didn't add a bunch of other stuff to it.
Yes.
Like, I taste crab.
Can I share with you exactly? I have, so this is a 4th generation recipe. Margie, the matriarch behind everything, this is all you have in a Kent Island. Once again, this is right from Maryland. You're gonna have the jumbo lump. Once again, not shredded. Jumbo lump is the premium, the superior of all crab. Then you're just gonna have a little bit of Worcestershire, a very little homemade breadcrumb, right? This is not, very little bit too. And then this is their homemade seasoning blend, a little bit of eggs, and that's it, Guy. But over 75% of every crab cake is just jumbo lump crab. There is nothing else in it. This is a binder, not a filler.
I also, one of the things I really love about it, and everything you're saying, what I love about it is, you know, we're talking about limited number of ingredients. I worked in restaurants, a whole bunch of different ones, and most of them were successful restaurants, and the owners had that mentality. It's like, listen, I don't mind as long as we have the best stuff. Like we used to do prime rib in one restaurant. The guy always made sure he got the best rib he could find. He'd always get, you know, the high end, not the choice or any of that stuff. He'd always get the prime. It's worth the effort, because when you eat these, you're tasting that experience like people from Maryland have been hogging
Right.
and tasting for years. And literally, you are getting either 24 or 48. Now, total
And I think
number
free
left.
shipping.
Everything's free shipping in this hour. Total number left is 277 orders.
Wow.
That also includes, do we have any auto ship or no, Pat? Yeah, it includes that. So we have our left counter we put up there, and I know it's a considered purchase, but if you're a foodie like me, and most of us who watch this show
Yes.
are foodies, and you're looking for something very special, it could be, when's Father's Day? Could they get it for Father's Day? When is that? Is that 2 weeks?
I think it's is it
2 weeks. You'll get it. Yeah,
Yep.
2 more weeks. So if you want to get these for Dad, and let me just tell you, you get Dad crab cakes. I always tell my son, you want to buy me something? Because I have all the clothes and all that. I don't need any of that. Like, you want to buy me like really good food. So the last time for Christmas, he bought me like a really, really wonderful balsamic vinegar.
Yum.
That was like aged and it was wonderful. And he got me anchovies from an Italian market that were like the best anchovies I've ever had. But those are the kind of things you want to get. And now I would never buy it myself because it's expensive. But this is something you can get and you can share with your friends and family.
Absolutely. And I want you to think too, do you have a baby shower, a wedding coming up?
That's a good thought.
What a great gift for a wedding. We have some of the best summer holidays coming up. Imagine on the 4th of July having you will have these jumbo lump crab cakes out in under 17 minutes to share with your guests.
And all the work is done.
All the work is
You
done.
literally, and here's what I'll tell you. When I make crab, I'll just give you my thing. When I make crab cakes, I go out and I buy the real fancy, expensive crab, and then I'll buy 1 can of the smaller, just regular flaked crab, just to stretch it a little bit, because I know it's expensive.
Not Margie. This is
No,
all
they
jumbo
don't do that
lump.
here. But anyway, I have to incorporate that. I put in whatever my fillings are in. I have to grind up saltines, all that. I do all this stuff. And it's funny because by the time I'm ready to eat them, I'm almost over it, right?
Yes.
But I don't get a lot out of it. I literally only get, out of all the money that I spend, I probably get 5 or 6 crab cakes.
Yep.
And I make them a little bit bigger. What's nice about this, you can take out what you want because it comes in the box.
Yep.
You're either gonna get 1 box or 2 boxes. Take out what you want. So if you need 6 or 8, take those out. You can let them fall a little bit if you need to. All right. You can either brown them in a saute pan or you can bake them. I think the air frying is probably a really good way because you're not monkeying with them too much.
That's how, just as long as if you have an air fryer oven setting, I would just recommend that so they're not, crispy.
Listen. You spend good money on this. You don't walk away.
Yeah, do not walk because it comes together in less than 15 minutes. So
I have an air fry oven that if I walk away, it's gonna burn.
So once again, you're gonna have 24 is 1 box, or this is what 48 looks like. It's a resealable bag. So whether you wanna take out all 24 or you just wanna take out 6 and have a great appetizer and glass of wine with your spouse, maybe before dinner, these will be in your shelf or your freezer for up to a year, but they will be a perfect gourmet. I mean, this really is a special treat because this is jumbo lump crab. And I really want to reiterate, if you've ever had crab cakes in the past and you're like, that wasn't good, you have to try Kent Island. This is sweet. So it's so good. It's unlike any crab cake I've ever had.
Taking like 2 or 3 of these, toasting one of Gerard's bagels.
Oh, come
And then
on.
making it like crab cake Benedict with an egg and a little hollandaise sauce.
Where's Gerard? Let's do it. Where is it? that sounds so absolutely
I'm making
delicious.
myself hungry.
Right?
With that.
And you'll be able to do that breakfast because it's already done for you. And I promise, if you go to the grocery store and get jumbo lump,
Yeah,
it's 40